We are playing a Blood Ruby aggressive deck here. Oh, you want the blanket over here by Dad? Yeah. I love you too, oldest son. I love you too. Seems pretty good. It's got, be a little bit better if we had a non-slow shard on one, but that's fine. Opponent playing Morgan McBombus. It's really unfortunate that Hex crashed. I was hoping to have some carryover from the Magic stream. And then it died. Righteous Outlaw is pretty good here, but we have the Cremate to kill it, thankfully. This is a 2-1 with speed, that every time it readies, they get a Valor or they get to power it up. Let's play this out, and when this powers up, it gets to kill one of my troops. We're just going to take that off the table right away. Yeah, I'm aware. OBS freaked out when I reloaded Hex for whatever reason. Okay, this card's super annoying for us. It makes multiple 1/1s, and we have 2/1s here, so basically have to trade like 2 for 1 on the exchange with these, which isn't particularly great for us. So our champion power here creates a Dreadling for each different race among Underworld troops we control. So I actually think I want to play this Rustbucket Distractor out here, and then hit my champion power to make some Dreadlings. Not if you refresh. I'm gonna double check, but nope. Yeah, if you refresh Linderella B, it doesn't. When the streamer changes games, it doesn't. Twitch doesn't update it automatically for you. So my opponent chose not to trade one of their 1/1s with my 2/1. That's interesting. It's good for us because we have this Lazgar's Vengeance card in our hand that says whenever one of our troops controls attacks, it gets cheaper. And then this does 4 damage to my opponent every troop they control. Okay, they have a Righteous Outlaw. Please attack me with everything here. Sweet. Alright, well, I'm going to get to attack with one of my guys, which is going to take this Lazgar's Vengeance to 4, and then we will play Lazgar's Vengeance and clear my opponent's board. Yeah, Twitch isn't very good about updating it. Lazgar's? Alright. So long, board. So long, board. So this card, they played Shackling Strands on it, so this is going to get exhausted every single turn, so this is never going to get to attack again. But it does get to sit here and be a dwarf, which is okay for us. Makes our champion power marginally better. Ooh, Wicked Webspawn is a fantastic draw here. This says whenever we scrounge, we get 2 Dreadlings, and this Deathseeker I can scrounge, which means void a troop from my Crypt to give it a power-up. So we get to make more Dreadlings here. Attack for a bunch. If we dodge the Lazgar's Vengeance out of our opponent, they're pretty dead here. Next turn, even if they have a blocker, we can scrounge this Rustbucket Distractor to make it not block, plus make 2 more Dreadlings. Yeah, looking like they're pretty dead here. Alright, so as okay as Deathseeker was that game, I think we actually want to trim them, just because they're pretty awkward against, like, my opponent having a big board. Noxious Glory is pretty reasonable. It voids a lot of their troops. I think that's all I want to do. That's probably an argument for bringing in Riposte too, right? Probably fine. Rustbucket Distractor's like medium minus. So I'd be going a little bit low on Scrounge. Let's give this a try. I haven't actually played this matchup with Redlings in a while, with this configuration. Seems pretty reasonable to go. I think we actually want to go Blood with this on 1 because we want this Crypt Dust to make a ruby, so this can make a second ruby for Lazgars. Yeah. Because remember, Crypt Dust can only make your first threshold of a kind, so if we already have a ruby, this can't make an additional ruby. Another Graven Geist is actually okay for us, right? So we get to do this for... Oh, I'm sorry, we drew this, which is also okay, because we just get to play another Underworld out. Noxious Glory, looking good. Void each opposing troop with power 2 or less. Yep, sure. They don't even have good attacks really, except for this one. And then yeah, I'm gonna be Jacob Jeffrey. Declan can play with the blanket too, I promise. Alright, sweet. We drew another ruby, so I'm gonna play this out for blood. And then I'm gonna hit my champion power, which makes a Dreadling, because Noxious Glory requires us to sacrifice a troop. So I'm just gonna Noxious Glory, which is gonna void my opponent's entire board here. I'm gonna attack for 3. So, Noxious Glory voids each opposing troop with power 2 or less. Pretty powerful effect. It's good against the Emperor's deck. It's excellent against this in this matchup too. All right. Quick W there. So our Redlings is good if you're looking. People often ask what is the best deck for laddering quickly, and 10 out of 10 is definitely Redlings. I'm going to run and change a diaper really quick. I'll be right back. We're going to play some more Hex. Don't go anywhere, folks. Three mana Plague Wind, Deace plus even. I'm so miffed that OBS crashing nerfed my crossover stream. Usually we keep a bunch of people from the Magic streams, but when it dumped, they all left. Silly thing. Love to go first. So this hand is kind of, yeah, just easy mulligan here. It's 4 resources and a bunch of them don't make thresholds. This hand has thresholds at least, and it has a Lazgar's Vengeance, so I think it's fine to keep. Crimson Slayers with excellent draw means I don't have to play this Rustbucket Distractor on too. Another Bombus matchup here. Academy of Cerulean. So every turn they look at the top 2 cards of their deck, put one on top and one on the bottom. So I think I'm actually going to play this Rustbucket Distractor here. Am I? Nah, I'm going to save. I'm just going to make a Dreadling so I can scrounge this in case they play a blocker out. Attack for 2 here. I get 1 more Dreadling if I play the Rustbucket Distractor out aggressively, but that's still not enough to play Lazgar's next turn anyway, so I think it's worth waiting. Yep. Jackling Strands. This isn't ready anymore. Am I just playing this out at this point? I feel like I'm not. I need to take these Lazgar's Vengeances down in my hand. Might as well scrounge this, I guess. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to save the scrounge for later, since I don't have more fodder. This is going to kill me pretty quickly with the combat training, so I think I should just play this out. Yes, combat training is very, very powerful. I just keep getting it back every single turn. Another Shackling Strands. Well, so I'm just gonna cast this Lazgar's Vengeance as like a 5-cost Searing Blaze, basically. Like, let's just for you and for your idiot here and just get them off the table so they stop chipping away at me. Especially since I have this backup one here. If I didn't have the backup Lazgar's Vengeance, we'd probably think about it, but with the backup Lazgar's Vengeance, I think it's a pretty straightforward, just like do that and get their damage off the table. Seeing red. Oh, jeez. So this thing must attack, but it basically must attack anyways. I probably want Casualty of War in my deck, huh? It's possible I wanted to play this out. I don't know, though. Alright, we did. Game opponent. Do I want this Casualty of War? Oh, this is a new match, right? So we're down a game now. I want Riposte. I want Casualty of War. It's my only way to interact with the Gobbler. I don't know if they're on the Dwarf build. My opponent played Shackling Strands on them, which is a card that says, at the beginning of every combat step, my troop gets exhausted. Deathseeker is definitely better if I can be they don't have the 1/1s. I don't actually know what configuration they're playing. I'm going to cut a couple of rust buckets here, I think, and then just submit like this. Yeah, not a problem. Ever have any questions, feel free to ask. We're definitely here to teach and learn. Pretty easy mulligan here. 5 resources is almost certainly not a keep. We're not excited about this one, but we'll keep it. Double slow shard kind of sucks. Hopefully we just like run off some non-slow shards like Ruby into Blood here and just get to go Lackey into Pyresmoke and then start attacking. Having the Casualty of War in the opener is pretty decent though. It's a skill Flickering Gobbler if they have it. Yep. We don't get to make a play until turn. Yay, ding. Let's play Emperor's Lackey this turn at least. Even if we don't draw a shard next turn, we can go Lackey into Wicked Webspawn plus another slow shard. They are playing Warp Steel. Okay, I guess I probably should have assumed that. Most of these decks are playing Warp Steel. Alright, so I'm going to play this, and I'm going to play Wicked Webspawn, and then I'm going to hit my champion power for 2 so I can get my Scrounge on next turn. Make sure we sacrifice one of these to Emperor's Lackey before we pass the turn, so this turns back into a 4/4. This thing gets smaller every single turn, and we can sacrifice a creature to revert it. I did see the spoiled cards from the new set. They seem interesting, I guess. We're just gonna scrounge this, right? We want to scrounge because it makes Dreadlings. So I'm gonna try and kill this. If they have a Transmog or something here, I'll be sad. They don't. Sweet. Let's play this. Let's play Pyresmoke Cabalist. Attack with all my nerds. And again, before the end of turn, sack a Dreadling to make this bigger. I mean, like, the actual answer is that, like, if they don't do something about Ulamog or Marvel, Marvel's going to be even more obnoxious because they'll have Nickel Bolasses to hit now. Awesome, Analan, thanks. No blocks here. So we have 3. So this card says whenever a troop we control dies, we gain a charge. So we actually are up to 3 charges to activate our champion power again next turn. That's really unfortunate. And our champion power now no longer does anything. So we don't have Underworld Crusader. Unfortunate. I'm gonna hold on to this for now. I'm just gonna hit this. How many troops do I have in here? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to my champion power for now. Hopefully I put combat training on this Bumblebot next turn, and then I can play Casualty of War and kill it. They have a Flickering Gobbler as well. Well, I guess we're killing that one. Yep, definitely killing that one. Let's move on to the next one here. Oh. There's so much movement on the ladder still. Usually it's more solidified by now. Because we're still dead in 2. I guess I could draw Cremate too, but like the chances of winning that game are like almost none. It's decent. It's got Lackey on 2. Playing a 4/4 on turn 2 is good, turns out. Yeah, my last round opponent was almost certainly playing one of the budget Bombus configurations. Almost certainly. God, that's annoying. Ooh. Huh. I'm going to offer the trade on the Lackey here, so that way I can Rustbucket Distractor his next thing. Yeah, I think I agree with that top three. I think I would agree with that top three. Emperor, Sapphire, Diamond Control, Redlings. I might also be biased, because we help tune most of those decks. The heroes designed the core of Redlings, and then we tuned Empress and the other one. So Ramp Rabbit. No, I'm not trading with that, so get your attack in. Every time this attacks, they gain a permanent resource. This is way too important, especially with these Graven Geist, man. I would love to draw a non-slow shard here. Perfect. Let's play this, and then I can play this Graven Geist, which gives this Pyresmoke Cabalist Scrounge 2. So I can Scrounge this, which makes Dreadlings with the Wicked Webspawn, which makes this Graven Geist bigger. Now I get to attack with everything here. If they don't have a cheap shot, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. I guess if they hero fall my other Graven Geist, I'm going to be kind of sad. And this gives me charges on top of being a 6/3. But if put Kaigu, Kaigu's solidly tier 2. Like, it's competitive, but like I don't think it's better than those other 3 decks that we just listed. Yeah, Scrounge Pyresmoke is real good. Yeah, sure, man. Generate some resources here. They got a hero fall back to their hand. That's pretty good for them. They're probably killing my Graven Geist. Hopefully they kill the Pyresmoke. I really hope they kill the Pyresmoke. And not my Graven Geist, because I have another Graven Geist in my hand. Graven Geist also means I just get to go crazy with Scrounge next turn. I'm deciding if they want a hero fall before blocks. You don't want a hero fall before blocks. You want to give me a chance to block. I'm not blocking, but you probably want to give me a chance to. Best case scenario for us here is my opponent does something silly like just plays an Underworld Crusader out, and then we get to Rustbucket Distractor it and run them into the ground. Hey, Ace. I'm swell. Life is great. Oh, do they just have like a Strangle or something here? Holy God, that's good for us. That seems really good for us. Another Wicked Webspawn. Huh. And I just want to play this, right? I only have 1 troop left in there. That not be able to block, so I can attack with this Wicked Webspawn. Hit this. These are my Dreadlings. There are many like them, but these ones are mine. So if I attack with everything, they can go block, block, and then they take 6. Wow, it's only 14. That's unfortunate. I feel like I need to be a little bit conservative here, right? I should probably lead back my Pyresmoke. Yeah, Cliff Bar. Is it 15? Oh, this is 5, right? So they go block, block. Okay, yeah, it is. It is. There's 5 of them here. All right, yeah, you're right. They're dead. Counting is hard. They were stacked on top of each other. Now, opponents gonna sit there and do the same math we just did. Realize they should have played a Hero Fall instead of playing 2 Cottontail Explorers. Yep. Use your removal. To be fair, I just didn't notice how many Dreadlings we had because of how they were stacked. Do you need more water? Need more water? Alright, Dad, I'll be right back. Yeah, right, Rogue? And could you imagine if, like, our last card was Lazgar's Vengeance there as opposed to just, like, a brick? Like, how good that would be? Deathseeker's pretty bad against the deck full of Cottontail Explorers. Gemborn Prowler is great. Grinding with Haunting Cry is fine. Cremate's not very good. I think Gruesome Deed is fine. What do I want to cut? Is the extra Commander P.R.O.M.P.T very good? It might be medium minus. Maybe I could trim that. Just like not want these at the top end. They're kind of good. I'm just gonna just do this. I think Graven Geist is a little bit better. These don't actually make thresholds because we don't have a necrotic. So let's replace. This hand is great. I don't know, Limestone. I think that deck's like just worse than the Sapphire Diamond control deck. And most of the standard construct that I'm playing between now and the end of the season needs to make sure we're not losing ranks. Maybe we'll stream, or I'll record one of the, what's it called? The Arcanum Vaults at some point, and I could play a worse deck in that because it doesn't affect my ladder ranking, but with everything affecting my ladder ranking in Standard, it's kind of tough to play decks that aren't going to be performing particularly well. Withering Gaze, that's rude. Am I just playing this? That's probably too valuable to just play. I think I want to save that to make one of their Crusaders not block at some point. Right of the damned. That's kind of scary. Thankfully, now I'm really glad I didn't play out the Rustbucket because it would just die to their trigger. I'm gonna activate this just to get the scrounge going. They're still pretty far off of having. I wonder if I should have. Oh geez, I'm gonna be really sad about Hero Fall next turn, aren't we? That's not a Hero Fall deal. Like, are they making a rabbit here, or are they making a blood threshold? See? Like, this bride is just, like, literally just a 3/3 with lethal. They can have a strangle or a rock cast here, but if they strangle or rock cast, I'm fine with that. That's Declan by the couch. They do look very similar at this point in their lives. They're just trying to race me here, and that seems like a losing proposition for them, right? I guess they did take my life. I mean, if we saw the Lazgar's Vengeance. They have a strangle, sure. I guess they could potentially race if they have the strangle there. Next turn I get to go Webspawn into Rustbucket Distractor. Make this not be able to block. I mean, they might race us here. Get that Battle Hopper back. What good value. Probably not. Yeah. Alright, we're dead. Take the next game on the play, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think I want to change anything here. I'm just going to go ahead and click submit. I might want this Casualty of War, but there's no chance they're even playing. There's a chance they're not even playing 4 brides. That seems a little narrow, if so. Yeah, I agree. I think you're just like hoping to clear them with Vengeance seems like a plan. This is probably a just play Rustbucket on 2 hands, that way we can curve into Crusader Champ Power on 3. Maybe even Cabalist Champ Power on 3, depending on what they have in play. Alright, hoping for no cheap shot here. Drawing the dust there is good, so let's just make our first ruby off of this. Yeah, I'm just gonna play this out. I guess if this is getting cheap shotted, then this isn't. Cheap shot, deal. This is like definitely a removal spell, right? I'm gonna lead on this because I'd rather this die. Hopefully it's not Gemborn Prowler. Fuck me! That's frustrating. I don't think they're supposed to bring that card in again. I guess maybe they just like have one and can't board it out. You're definitely not supposed to have that in our deck against us if you can avoid it. Sure. That being said, our Gemborn Prowlers are good against them because they have 8 things that they kill. So we got kind of punished for not having played the Pyresmoke out last turn. It's also possible that it's like also have Strangle or Rock Cast, so like we were damned if we did, damned if we didn't. Okay, their green source. They got a resource pack. It's good for us. What you got here? Sure, we're in here. I could play this and hit this. Oh, I'm just gonna do this. Gives us more charges. Let's set our champion power again next turn. You think Matriarch's better there? I guess we hit for 4 more points of damage that turn. If we do Matriarch. So we do 4 more that turn, but then like we don't get to champ power this next turn, so then we're down 2 points of damage, but maybe that's better. don't have a blood threshold. Alright, we're dead. We weren't beating that regardless of what happened there. Alright,